Previously on Dragon Ball Hakai, after obtaining the time machine that was in Universe 12, Goku travels to planet Vegeta in the past, before its destruction. What will he do now that he's arrived on his homeland? Find out now.
Hakai.
Chapter 39. Planet Vegeta invaded. Prince Vegeta vs God of Destruction Goku. Goku is paying his respects to the corpse he accidentally desecrated when a monster that emerged from the sand sneaks up behind him, ready to devour the newly arrived God of Destruction. At first, it seems like Goku didn't notice the creature. However, just as he's about to be swallowed by the monster, he uses one of his fingers to stop the creature by one of its fangs, halting the giant thing with absolutely incredible ease. Then, Goku flicks the monster with a simple gesture, which, despite requiring no apparent effort from him, ends up being extremely powerful for the creature, sending it flying. Goku tells the monster he doesn't have time for it and watches for a moment as the creature is sent so far away that it disappears from his sight. Goku takes another look at the corpse he stepped on, realizing that he has landed in a remote and dangerous part of the planet. He closes his eyes and focuses. It doesn't take long for him to sense the civilized areas by detecting people's ki, and what grabs his attention the most is a place where, according to Goku, most of the planet's strongest energies are concentrated. The place Goku is referring to is a majestic castle, which we already know to be the royal castle of the planet, where the Saiyan royalty of Universe 7 lives. But before Goku can think about going there, he's called by Kakarot, who asks him to wait and questions if Goku plans to go around dressed as a god of destruction. Goku asks, "What's wrong with that?" Kakarot explains that he has access to Goku's memories, including one where Vegeta tells Goku about the time when Beerus came to the Saiyan planet and terrorized the king. Kakarot is definitely referring to that iconic moment when Beerus humiliates King Vegeta because a pillow, and the young Prince Vegeta witnesses it, shocked and terrified. As far as I can remember, there isn't a scene in the Dragon Ball Super manga or anime where Vegeta tells Goku about this moment, but I believe it's not unreasonable to say that Vegeta could have told Goku off-screen, as it's an important event involving him and Beerus, which also explains Vegeta's trauma and fear of the Universe 7 God of Destruction. So just to clarify, this memory Kakarot mentions doesn't officially exist, but it's something perfectly coherent to add. But anyway, back to the chapter. After Kakarot mentions this, Goku remembers and agrees with him, saying that if he goes around in this outfit, it would cause problems and their plan would fall apart. Kakarot points out that Goku needs a disguise. Goku says this outfit is all he has for now. Kakarot concludes that there are many soldiers living on the planet, so disguising himself as one shouldn't be a problem. Goku should take the clothes from the corpse he just stepped on. Goku is stunned when he suggests this and says that it's very wrong. The energy of destruction reminds him that Goku said he'd do anything for training. He emphasizes that Goku is now a god of destruction and can't limit himself over such trivial things. Goku ends up giving in. He apologizes to the corpse but says it's for a good cause, in this case, the salvation of all universes. And besides, it's not like a skeleton needs clothes, right? After a while, Goku finishes putting on the skeleton's outfit, which oddly reminds someone. Goku doesn't really like this outfit, and the reason is that he feels kind of like a villain wearing it. Kakarot, on the other hand, more than approves. Now Goku is ready to head to that place full of strong guys. But first, he remembers that he can't leave the time machine lying around, even in a desolate place. He decides it's better to hide it, just to be safe. And before I continue with the chapter, I'll just ask you to leave a like on the video. It's super quick and doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps boost this video's reach on the platform, and as a result, helps more people discover Dragon Ball Hakai. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because that way you'll always stay up to date on everything related to Dragon Ball Hakai and the other content on the channel. Have you already liked and subscribed? Then let's continue with the chapter. At the royal castle of planet Vegeta, Goku has just arrived using instant transmission. He's impressed by the size of the castle and comments that it reminds him a bit of the one he saw on planet Sadala. But Goku doesn't have much time to admire the place, as a group of soldiers quickly approaches, shouting orders at him. Goku asks if there's a problem. The soldier leading the group, a bald man with a white beard and a cape, says, "It's obvious there's a problem, as it's forbidden to approach this place without permission or an appointment." He also wants to know how Goku managed to get there without being detected by their scouters. The truth is, Goku wasn't detected because he used instant transmission, but he thinks it's better not to tell them that, so he lies, saying it must have been luck. The older Saiyan guard says Goku's luck is about to run out and demands that he state his name. Goku starts to think about this. He then flashes back to a few minutes earlier when he was just finishing burying the time machine in the desert. After the job is done, he feels satisfied, saying no one will find the machine there. While Goku is doing this, Kakarot is thinking about the issue of what name he should use. Goku asks if he can't just use his own name. The energy of destruction responds no. Son Goku isn't a Saiyan name, and he also can't use his birth name because his child version already exists at this point in the past. Goku asks what name he should use then. Kakarot says that based on the names of all the Saiyans Goku has met, he came up with a name he really likes and he's going to tell him now. Back to the present, Goku smiles and very confidently introduces himself to the guards, saying his name is Turles. Upon hearing this name, one of the guards says he's never heard of him and orders him to say where he's from. Goku, now going by the name Turles, doesn't know exactly how to respond and just says he was in a desert where monstrous creatures live. Another guard is stunned when he hears this, astonished, questioning if Turles came from the desert of darkness. With no better idea, he just confirms it, relieved that someone said a name. Another guard asks who in their right mind would be in that place. The other guard takes a good look at Turles and remembers that there was a group of rebel criminals wearing armor of that color. The guard who asked the last question also notices this now and recalls that a group of soldiers led by Zorn raided those bandits' hideout and eliminated most of them, but a few managed to escape to the desert of darkness. This guy must be one of those who escaped and came to the castle seeking revenge. Turles becomes very worried when they make these insinuations and assures them that it's not like that and he didn't come to cause trouble. But the older guard has heard enough and orders him to be silent, promising the scoundrel that they're going to tear him to pieces. And so, a barrage of ki blasts flies toward Goku, who begins to panic. Goku starts dodging the attacks, completely desperate that everything went downhill so quickly. Kakarot becomes very irritated, saying that Goku is an idiot and that the last thing he should do is make enemies in the castle. Goku retorts, saying he only put on the clothes because Kakarot told him to. The energy of destruction gets angry and orders him to shut up, not willing to take the blame. One of the guards gets really angry, saying nothing hits Turles and that he's incredibly lucky. The leader of the group goes forward, determined to smash his face with his own hands. But Turles reacts, and with a punch in the air, he hits the leader of the guards with a strong shockwave, forcing the older guard to fly backward toward the castle. Through the corridors of the castle walk young Vegeta and his loyal companion, Nappa. Nappa is excited, praising Vegeta, saying his training was excellent as always. Vegeta, on the other hand, is very grumpy, complaining that these training sessions are getting more and more boring since there's no one on the planet who can offer him any challenge. Their conversation is interrupted when someone crashes into the castle, breaking through one of the walls and slamming into the opposite one. It's the guard who was thrown by the force of Goku's punch, already completely defeated. Both Vegeta and Nappa are startled by this since it happened so suddenly. The prince asks what this means. The guards outside wonder what's going on and how Goku, with just the force of a swing in the air, pushed the sergeant like that. One of them starts measuring Goku's power with his scouter and is stunned when the number it reaches is 10,683. Another one is equally shocked, shouting that it's impossible. Kakarot reminds Goku that those devices they're using can measure people's power levels. He knows Goku used very little power, just to counter the attack from that guy. But even that insignificant amount is already impressive to this bunch of weaklings. Goku needs to lower his ki immediately to avoid suspicion. Goku quickly does as he's told and focuses on lowering his power level. This causes confusion in the other guard measuring his strength, since, according to his scouter, Turles' power level is only 416. The same result is shown by the third soldier's scouter as well. The first guard who measured comes to the conclusion that his scouter must be malfunctioning, which makes more sense as this idiot couldn't possibly be that powerful. In his mind, Goku explains that he tried to leave his ki at the same level as when he fought Raditz. At that time, he was much weaker than his brother, so he figured that this power level would convince these guys. Kakarot praises Goku for the choice and says that these guys are weaklings, so he can fool them until he finds a way out of this situation. One of the guards, apparently taking charge of the group, says they'll finish Turles off in a second, but they stop immediately when someone orders them to. The one who shouted that order was none other than the great prince of the Saiyans, Vegeta, or rather, the little prince, accompanied by his large companion, Nappa. When Goku sees this miniature version of Vegeta, he recognizes him instantly. The guards bow before the prince, greeting him with all respect and fear. Referring to Turles, Vegeta questions who this worm thinks he is to damage his castle, and says he'll personally eliminate him. Goku doesn't like hearing this at all, realizing things just got a lot more complicated. And now, how will Goku manage to deceive everyone while dealing with young Vegeta, who is recognized as one of the most powerful Saiyans on the entire planet? Find out in the next chapters of Dragon Ball Hakai. So guys, what did you think of this chapter? Share your thoughts in the comments and what you think will happen next. If you want to read the next chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai before anyone else, subscribe to our Patreon. That way, you'll contribute to the continuation of the manga and receive some channel benefits. To read all the chapters of Dragon Ball Hakai, visit our website dbhakai.com. There, you can read all the chapters, and soon, this latest one will also be published there. Like the video if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel and share this video with any Dragon Ball fan you know. And to show me that you're a true God of Destruction, comment now, Goku God of Destruction versus young Vegeta, and I'll know that you're one of the best who made it to the end of the video. A big hug to everyone who stuck with me until the end, and see you in the next video.